Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I want to appreciate you so much for your great support on this channel. Kindly consider subscribing to this channel. You watch this video, like and also share, plus providing your opinion at the comment section below. I'm very shocked that after every election we are seeing complaints, and today I decided just to pass through some of analysis, and I came with the name of this man, Abdi Guliye. Looking at the IBC portion, then realizing that the President of Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, played Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta safely. In an interview, Abdi Guliye is exposing the ex-president and even some of the topic which is being asked. It seems that he is hiding for not to be exposed at social media.
If you can't announce otherwise, then force a runoff. I mean, that was the message. And so we had them, and this was all of us, 7 of us, together with the 4 of them.
Yes.
And each one of us, when they relayed their message, each one of us was given an opportunity to comment on the visitor's warning.
Well, how were the comments?
Well, I don't need to go into the details, but it is enough to say that the 4 of them were in favor of the warning, trying to say that the country is above all of us, and we should pay attention to what these senior guys have come to tell us.
What about you? How did you react?
But for us, I mean, the 3 of us, we said, you know, we have a constitution. The constitution guides us on how an election winner in a presidential contest should emerge. And we swore to uphold that constitution.
Yes.
And so all we said was we will live with the constitution regardless or irregardless of who the outcome is.
Prof,
at that point, we didn't even know who
came in, and they made the appeal to you and made the comments they made to you. Did they ask for feedback at a personal level, or did the grouping now, because the 4 you say supported the calls and the 3 of you, dissented?
No, I mean, they just said, this is the message we are bringing. Any Kenyan who will die, the blood of those Kenyans will be in your hands.
Okay.
If you don't do this, and if, in fact, they went ahead to say skirmishes and fights have already begun in certain areas. They mentioned particularly in Mathare and in Kibra.
Okay.
And they even said that certain communities were being accused of not supporting the other communities, and that it is taking an ethnic dimension. Those fights are taking ethnic dimension. To be precise, I mean, they said the Luos feel the Kikuyus didn't support them, and so the ethnic clashes that are beginning is going to take that direction, and we were warned, if there will be bloodbath. What the chairman said after hearing from them is to give each one of us an opportunity to comment in their presence. I think myself and my other colleague, Commissioner Molu, we just said we will live with what the Constitution says, regardless of who loses and who wins.
Okay.
At that time, we didn't even know who the winner was. And so the chairman finally ruled and said, okay, we've had, he told the senior guys who came, we've had
From this video, I want us to analyze why was Abdi Guliye trying to say that there was some text, that he was texted by some of the government top officials. Again, I want us to analyze that how is he exposing Uhuru? Then third, which is last, how is he now trying to tell media this after election? Before I do that, I want to welcome you guys to this channel. We always believe, or I always believe, I deliver you the best where I can. But in this video, when you listen to Abdi Guliye, it tells you that IBC was somehow being captured, but they found it or realized it is late. Ruto had captured the IBC. Before I proceed, is it true that Kenyans voted for the president or for the current president legally? And did the IBC announce the result according to the Kenyan constitution? Because Abdi Guliye seems to expose Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. That is the reality. In that video you are seeing him being asked, and he's saying that there is a text which was written saying that Kenya belongs to all of us, so you must follow that instruction. So how is he exposing Uhuru Kenyatta? When we recall 2022 general election, this is what happened. Kenyans wake up in the morning, voted for the one they deserve or for the one they desire. But they came to realize late that it is as usual business in the IBC administration. I don't want to say Ruto rigged the election because I don't have any evidence. I also don't want to say Raila was played. It is Kenyans who decided. What I can say from that analysis is that William Samoei Ruto played the president. Because when we recall, the president differs between him and Ruto. This was the room to give Raila a chance to win. But what happened? No one knows up to date. So Abdi Guliye seems to expose Uhuru after William Samoei Ruto emerged the victory. Where is this man Chebukati? Because Chebukati announced the president. He announced Ruto as a winner. But when today's interview, in that Abdi Guliye, it tells you a lot and bring a lot of questions. Who are these people texting him that Kenya belongs to all of us? What was their aim and why were they texting him? Were they driving him to announce Raila? And what if Raila was announced with lower votes count? Or were they planning to steal William Samoei Ruto's vote? That one also takes us to another question by asking ourselves, where was Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta? But the truth is that Abdi Guliye is saying the truth in that video and exposing the government of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta on how they were plotting to steal William Samoei Ruto's vote. That is what I can analyze in that video. Number 3, the rush hours during election was conducted faithfully to Kenyans. And at the last minute, we are seeing chaos at Bomas. But at long last, Ruto was announced. So I decided to pick this video and say that it is very true that these people were having a plot to rig the election. Because even Abdi Guliye is saying they tried to follow the constitution, and that is why they decide. It means Ruto won the election. So from my viewpoint, I can say that the government did not play well, but the IBC was firm. Even though we can somehow complain that they decide on the one side, but that one cannot help. So in this Abdi Guliye interview, tells a lot, and it is somehow interesting when he is being asked about Uhuru and Ruto relationship during that election. Ladies and gentlemen, what can you say on this our analysis today? Is it true that IBC was captured by deep state, or was it captured by the current president? From that video I've shown you. With me, I have no more option but just to say Abdi Guliye exposed the current government of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta on their plot to rig election. I'm eagerly waiting for your opinion at the comment section below.